someone came to me the other day. It was very interesting because they're number eights, two number eights. So you know what number eight loves? They love money. So she came and she said to me, she says, they were very skeptical and so on. So they, I had a hard time trying to convince them to do the work and to pray because they're very materialistic. So she comes up with a story. She says, okay, that this guy contacted her from Africa and tell her that he has over $2 billion in his account, and it's in in frozen accounts. Does that sound familiar? You get it in your email. So he said, they said, okay, well, Swami, we're going to get rich because I'm helping this guy get his money out of his frozen accounts, and I have to meet with Obama and important people. And right now I have a blockage and I can't seem to see what's happening. I cannot get through to get this guy. If I get this guy billions of dollar account receiver on frozen, of course I'll get rich. And right away I realized what it was. Of course, it's one of those con games you get on the internet.
Yeah.
So I didn't tell him that I realized it's a con game. I said, okay, this is very nice. I'm really glad that you're in this business and so on, and you're going to get a lot of money. But you know what I see? I see a lot of blockage to this whole thing. And the only way you can remove this blockage is to pray. So finally I got it. Right? I use that situation now to get them to become devoted. Right? But they're still debating it. Right? But they want that money, which is never going to come, of course, whether they pray or they don't pray. So I might as well get them to pray. Right? So I told them, listen, you guys, maybe you're going to meet Obama and so on, but you have to do all of these things before you can do that. So you have to go pray, you got to do the mantras and things like that. So I work very well for my boss. So the whole idea is devotion. Right? If you can get the people to be more devoted, then when they start to pray, they will come to their senses themselves. But the whole idea is that these are the kind of stories that is amazing that I meet every day, where people have a lack of devotion. Now, if the mother is devoted, what kind of child will she have? A devoted child. And if the mother has an ego during the pregnancy, what kind of child will she have? So it's amazing what we do for when our children are going wrong in their life or when they're unhappy and everything. We are so devoted to that child. In fact, the wife or the mother, if there's a son and the father there, and the father wants some water and the son wants some water, she'll give the son first. I know how mothers are. She will give the son first. The reason why? Because she feels for her children more than anything else in this world. So devoted is she, to the children, that anything happens to the child, she will lose her own self. Such the greatness of devotion. So when there's a lack of devotion, which is what's happening now, the Lord will one day appear. So soon time, hopefully, we are going to see some great religious person rise up in the world, because the world is not going into non-devotion. Right? Now in this festival of the mother, which is called Navraatri, the greatness of the mother's role as a guru, says Jaya Jaya Guru Om, the greatness of the mother as a guru can never be measured. And a lot of people misunderstand the connection between guru and disciple. Now, we all have gurus and disciples. The whole world works in guru-disciple relation. Your mom is your guru. Right? Your mother is your guru. Your father is your guru. Your teacher is your guru. Your lawyer is your guru. Your doctor is your guru. They're all advisors. Right? The president is the guru. The whole world works on that. Of course, the Hindus took it to a very high level. But here in the Western world, the guru and disciple relation is not there. It's lost. Right? Now, when you are a baby, the mother teaches you, holds your hand and makes you learn how to walk. Right? So she doesn't have time to do that all the time. Because she can't spend all 24 hours helping you walk. So what does she do? She teaches you how to walk at first, and then she puts you in a walker. So you can learn yourself how to walk. You can teach yourself how to walk. Well, it's the same relationship as the guru. Someone called me that day, she says, Swami, I'm number 6 house, I formed the number 6 house, is it good? So I said, no, it's not good, right? And then she calls back again, she says, I found the number 1 house, is that good? I said, yeah, well, that's good, right? Someone calls me and says, Swami, I found a job, I want to know if it's going to go along with me, if I'm going to have a happy time with this job. I said, okay, I'll have to call you back, but we'll check. And so another one person calls me and says, listen, the guy, he fought with me and he left. Do you think he'll come back? I mean, this is not the job of a guru. That's a business person. That's a businessman. Because he calls me and asks me, should I invest in this business? Should I buy this house? That's a businessman's thing. What's the job of the guru?
Spirit, yourself.
The job of the guru is to, just like your mother, to teach you so that you can get your own walker and walk. But that has not happened. They come, they buy the book, they learn the code, they learn the numbers, and then they don't do nothing with it. They don't learn it, right? They throw the walker, right? And then they call the Swami and say, Swami, what do you think? Is it a good house? So now, it's frustrating. Because I have to answer 100 calls a day now. Right? Now, here is a lack of devotion. This is the problem. Why should you call me and ask me if you should marry a guy? Or if you should sleep with a guy? Where is your knowledge? Where is the knowledge? There's a lack of devotion. What they should be doing is learning the numbers, learning the codes, learning which houses. I hope you're going to do that. And this way, the knowledge now, which is the walker, helps them to walk. Right? So this is the biggest problem. Everybody is treating the guru, the advisor, like he's a businessman. So I was thinking of putting a 900 line in. to $2 a minute. Yes, $2 a minute. Because why? Because it's a business now. It's no longer a guru-disciple relationship where there is no money involved. Right? It's now a business line. Right? I probably make a lot of money. Because I do at least 1,500 to 3,000 minutes a day. Okay, so now you have to understand the word devotion. The word devotion is what brings you knowledge. And I enjoy one, especially when the guy comes along, he says, he's impressed by all my predictions and he's impressed by the forecast that I make. And he says, Swami, can I do what you're doing? Can I learn what you're doing? And I says, yes, you can learn, but you'll have to study the whole thing, right? And then, he later on when I tell him, he says, okay, you got to study this, you got to study this. Oh, it's too hard. But he wants to know my knowledge. He wants to know what I'm doing. Somebody came the other day, they said, what do you have in that computer? Credit report? And it's amazing that they don't believe. They don't have that devotion to believe that God is watching. I had an interesting girl the other day. She was from the Philippines. And she went through 5 years of hell in her marriage. But she didn't say anything because she hardly spoke about it. But when I was telling her, she started crying. And I was telling her how he used to beat her, rape her, throw everything he can at her, make her life such a miserable. She went through, the mother-in-law did the whole thing to her too. And she started crying. So she said, I didn't think that anyone would know that. So I said, well, God knows it, and you don't think God is watching. Somehow everybody thinks God is not watching. And so they said, Swami, I'm not feeling good. What happened? The thing didn't work. The bath didn't work. I said, are you still eating red meat? Oh, I just had a little. Didn't follow anything. No devotion. So this word devotion, you really, really need to look at it. Because this is what gets us into trouble. It's the lack of devotion. When we are not devoted to the knowledge, then we are like vegetables floating in the water. Yes, lost vegetables in the water. Don't have no direction. With the knowledge, you can have direction, because like the little baby stays in the walker, learns to walk and everything, and then mom is able to do much better with the baby. Right? That's what a guru is to the disciple, like a mother to a child. So through devotion now you get power. Because the kid, as soon as he starts devoting to himself to the walker and everything, he starts to walk and everything, he feels powerful now. Now he doesn't want to lie down anymore. He wants to stand up. Right? He wants to be up because he learned how to look at things around from the walker. Right? So he wants to keep looking at himself. So devotion gives you power. You want power in your life? Be devoted to what you're doing. Some people are not even devoted to their food. When they're eating, they're watching TV. So they go like that, and go like that. Right? They eat like that. And when they get indigestion now, they run for the Alka-Seltzer, right? And the Mylanta. Because they're not so devoted to digesting their food, they're so busy watching TV. This body has a signal that tells you when to stop eating certain things. And if you're not paying attention to TV, it does not register the signal. So you end up, couch potato. So the whole idea is every little thing in life needs devotion. And if you have devotion, you have power over that thing. Right? When you're devoted, if you can't do your homework, and you're not devoted to your homework, you will get a F. You have to be devoted to what you're doing. Right? Now the same thing with job. We talked about job just now. And if you're not devoted to the job, obviously,